Max?
Yes.
Hit that air raid signer. It's time for Monday Morning Fallout. Monday Morning Fallout, of course, when we overreact to everything from the football weekend, and it was the state semifinals, there's a lot to overreact to.
That's true.
Let's start with my 3 big thoughts. First big thought, here we are. We've made it, and it seems like a long time coming that the football season started in late August. Texas high school football season started in late August. But for you and I, football season really began in February, when we started putting together the 2016 summer edition of Campbell's Texas Football. Mm-hmm. That's when high school football season really started for us.
Yeah. Realignment, that's another big part of it.
Realignment's probably, honestly, if you want to say like the exact moment that high school football season started for us, it would be UIL realignment, which back on like February 5th. Yeah. And so now here we are on December 12th. We are 2 days away from the first Texas high school football state championship game kicking off at AT&T Stadium. There will be 12 games across 4 days. TexasFootball.com/state. If you haven't been there yet, look, I don't mean to brag, but this is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
It's
dude.
Awesome.
The reason Max is tired and the reason that I'm pretty tired is that we have been busting our rears.
About 72 hours now straight of preview work.
So we have, for every game, all 12 of the state championship games, we've got breakdown from Matt Stepp. We've got players to watch from Mike Craven. Yeah. We've got my Fixin' to Pick'em video where I preview the game. We've got an infographic for each one. We've got a poll where you can vote on who you think's going to win each game. Right. We've got expert predictions. Yeah. That's for each game. And there's 12 games. Yeah. There's so much content at TexasFootball.com/state that, honestly, I'm a little amazed. Yeah. And I talked about this because the reason you're so tired is because you were up till 3 a.m. editing video, which, God bless you.
Hey, it's got to get done.
It's got to get done because what we do is that we have crammed basically a month's worth of content into about 72 hours that we've got to put out. And so, but it's a lot of fun, and you will love it. TexasFootball.com/state needs to be your headquarters, and that's going to be our hub for all of the Texas High School Football State Championship coverage. Mm-hmm. So you can find it all at TexasFootball.com/state. We're going to have post-game videos for every, post-game videos for every game. We're going to have game stories for every game. Players of the game. You don't want to miss it. TexasFootball.com/state is where you can find it. Thought number 2, major thoughts. So I spent the weekend when I wasn't just pounding away on content for TexasFootball.com/state. Spent the weekend thinking about Major Applewhite.
Yep.
And
press conference about to start.
Press conference is about to start. He has, of course, been named the new coach of the Houston Cougars. And I feel like when we left it on Friday, we were saying this is a fine hire, if a little bit uninspiring, right? We're like, okay, well, here's a guy we think we think is a good
bona fides.
Good bona fides, but he's never been a head coach. I think I'm coming around on it.
Okay.
And I think the reason that I'm coming around on it is that you look at Houston and you look at their history of hiring guys. Mm-hmm. This is the kind of hire they make. Yeah. They hire a guy for maybe their first. They're not afraid to take a risk historically.
True.
And say, all right, here's our guy. And you know what? They've hit on almost all of them. Mm-hmm. Tony Levine's probably the one exception, even though I thought he was a pretty good coach.
He was good. Yeah. Just wasn't as good as they wanted him to be.
Wasn't the guy. Yeah. But you think about it. Tom Herman they hit on. Kevin Sumlin they hit on. Art Briles they hit on. Like they now have a reputation for finding the right guy. Now, look, this is a new regime that hired Major Applewhite. So it's probably not fair to, we're basically judging we're rooting for the laundry here, as Jerry Seinfeld once said. But I do think that Houston has earned the benefit of the doubt as far as hiring coaches is concerned. And so I think it is not fair for me. I think I need to be intellectually consistent and intellectually honest. And as a result, I would have given Kevin Sumlin the benefit of the doubt when they were hiring him into Houston. I would have given Art Briles the benefit of the doubt. I gave Tony Levine the benefit of the doubt. Right. I need to give Major Applewhite the benefit of the doubt. Right. And so I'm starting to come around on that.
All right.
My third big thought, the common denominator. You look at the 24 teams that are at the Texas High School Football State Championship games, right? 24 teams, and they're all different. They all play different styles. They all had different paths to get here. They've all got different stories. You've got some teams. We're gonna see the wing tee, the split back veer, the slot tee. We're going to see all sorts of – actually, I don't think we're going to see the slot tee. But we're going to see, the spread. We're going to see pro style. We're going to see all sorts of offensive schemes. We're going to see odd front, even front defenses. We're going to see super aggressive defenses. We're going to see bend, don't break defenses. We're going to see it all. But the one common denominator between all 24 of these teams, coaching. This is a who's who.
It's a great group
of Texas high school football coaches.
Yeah.
Now, and what's funny is that there are who here is not proven. You know what I mean? Now, you look at guys like Scott Stewart and at Temple, who's in his first year at Temple. But at the same time, it's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy, right?
Right.
That, okay, well, Scott Stewart's not a proven great Texas high school football coach. Oh, well, actually, in his 1 year as a high school football coach, he took his team to the state championship game. So maybe
I
it
think
is.
that's probably enough, right?
But for example, I'm super interested. I think you may never see a better coaching matchup than what we're going to see Friday night with the 5A Division II title game.
Yeah.
With Aledo
Yeah.
and Corpus Christi Cal Allen. Because on one side you've got Steve Wood. And Steve Wood won a title as an interim coach at Aledo, right? I mean, this is a guy who has quickly established himself as the next guy up in the Aledo.
He's kept the momentum going.
He's kept it going.
Absolutely.
And that's not easy. That's not something that you roll out of bed and do.
No.
It's not something everybody can do. And on the other side, you have the winningest coach in Texas high school football history in Phil Danaher.
Not bad.
That is going to be a coaching masterclass.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited about it. And you just look up and down. I mean, look at the 2A Division I title game. Delbert Kelm against Jason Herring. I mean, we talk look at 2A or 2A Division II. You got Jeff Kozowski for Bremont going up against Mark Kiroff at Ira Ann. I mean, there's a lot of great matchups that we're going to talk about.
Sandifer and Surratt.
Sure. My God.
Yep.
You can talk about, and you can go back and forth and say, oh, well, this defensive guy against this offensive guy is going to be a key matchup.
Yeah.
For me, the common denominator for all these games is that there are two great coaches on either sideline, and it's going to be a chess match, every single one. Because there's only one game, I think, that I'm pretty sure I know which way is going to go. Everything else is up in the air.
Yeah.
And all of those, I think, are going to be decided in the inches. That can be decided from these great coaches. Those are my three big thoughts. 3 helmet stickers. Helmet sticker to Ira Ann running back Daryl Lozoya. Ira Ann is through to the 2A Division II state championship game. First of all, shout out to all those cheerleaders. You see they had like 800 cheerleaders?
A sea of cheerleaders.
800 cheerleaders? My God.
Yeah.
That's super cool coming
Not
out there
bad.
to support that Ira Ann community that was hurting so much.
Yep.
And they had a lot to cheer for, especially from Daryl Lozoya, their
Oh,
running
my
back.
Lord.
He carries 13 times for 184 yards and 3 touchdowns in Ira Ann's romp over Wellington. They are through to the 2A Division II state championship game. Helmet sticker to Mary Hardin Baylor coach Pete Fredenburg. Okay, so Mary Hardin Baylor knocked out Mount Union. Mount Union's not going to be in the title game for the first time in like 14 years, I think.
Crazy.
For the first time since 2004, they will not be in the title game. And how'd they do it? Mary Hardin Baylor was up. They were up 28-21. Or no, they were up 14-12 in the final minute, and they faced fourth down. And they're like, okay, well, got to punt this thing away, right? Nope. Fake punt. 45 seconds left. Fake punt. They convert. They get the first down. They run out the clock. Pete Fredenburg, that took guts.
Yeah.
That took big-time guts.
Yeah.
Because if you're turning over there, a field goal wins it for Mountain Union. It took guts. He trusted his kids. They got it done.
Awesome.
Mary Hardin Baylor is through to the Division III state championship game. Or Division III state championship game. And one
National championship, not state championship. It's that kind of week.
It's that kind of week, man.
It's all right.
National championship. So finally, something good to talk about in Texas college football, right? Like even Sam Houston State got drilled this weekend, and we're like, of course they did.
Yeah.
And finally, helmet sticker to Lake Travis quarterback Charlie Brewer. Boy, he has stayed hot, and he went up against an Atascocita team that was playing really well, and he lit them up.
Yeah.
26 of 32, 261 yards, and 5 touchdowns, and they basically pulled him halfway through the third quarter.
The efficiency by him in that unit, offensive unit, Lake Travis, has been staggering.
It's been really impressive, and that's saying
surgical.
something. That's saying something because, I mean, Lake Travis is a team that's used to putting up big numbers offensively.
Yeah.
So those are my helmet stickers. We're skipping the rest of Monday Morning Fallout because, I mean, three teams
to watch,
three teams to watch.
worry about. We're no.
There's 24 teams left in Texas football, guys.
You want
There's
to find
only
out
one.
who we're worried about or what we're watching? TexasFootball.com/state.
TexasFootball.com/state is where you can find that.